Well, welcome. We've got a packed house today. It's fantastic to see so many people here at a joyous graduation ceremony. Today, we're going to be welcoming our graduands across the stage. I'll cap them and they will leave the stage as graduates of our university. We're doing it in this fantastic ceremony in this fantastic building, the Barney Hall, where we've seen probably over 200,000 students graduate from this hall. So the graduates today will be joining a very long list of students and accomplished people, which I'll tell you a little bit more about after the formal ceremony. The ceremony is meant to be one of joy. So when you see your loved one come up on stage, or your friend, or your classmate, don't be afraid to make some noise and let them know that you're in the audience. So please do enjoy yourselves. I formally declare this congregation open. I will now ask Professor Debbie Willison, our Vice Dean Academic, to read out the names of our graduates, or graduands, sorry.
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Physics, Georgios Arabanitakis. Tom Bintner. Beatrice Batura. Lewis Bolton. Alan Christopher Brigazzi. Eva Kapati. Megan Clapperton. Ewan James Dolia. Shannon Foylan. Grant William Henderson. Edward Irwin. Brendan Lucas Kellyhor. Magdalena Joanna Leshnevska. Molly McFarlane. Marcin Simon Mozorowski. Harikesh Rangnat. Kieran James Wilson. Hao Yang. For research in the Strathclyde Institute of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences, Kamar Fari Abul Hassan. John William Barrett. Liam David Butler. Nicole Byron. Amy Margaret Denver Ferguson. Hannah Gardner. Zhao Jiao. Jenna Laurie Johnston. Logan Hollis Mackey. Elmira Mawit. Tanya Marie Milani. Thomas Pickles. Daniel Mark Powell. Lily Reardon. Darren Scobie. Mitushan Sundaranathan. Ailey Terrace. Ben Veerman. Chan Wan. For the degree of Master of Philosophy for Research in the Strathclyde Institute of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences, Emma Dunlop. For the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Biochemistry, Trisha Vijay Londe. Della Mepurat Joy. In Advanced Pharmacology, Dana H.A.H. Abdul Rahman. Sabrina Sultana Punam. In Biomedical Sciences, Precious Ngozi Animam. In Industrial Biotechnology, Christopher James McAdam. In Pharmaceutical Analysis, Pranali Manohar Sutar. In Pharmaceutical Quality and Good Manufacturing Practice, Christopher Michael Glover. Anita Jorna. For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics, Ewan Adam Bathgate. Dylan James Black. Eve Elizabeth Brown. Cian Roddy Damazon. Courtney Dyer. Niamh Ferguson. Connor MacDonald. Finlay Scott. William Strachan. Mandy Evelisa Tarava. Aurora Uras. Veronica Vonikova. In Physics with International Placement, Aidan Flynn Campbell. For the degree of Master of Pharmacy in Pharmacy, Mohammed S.H.A. Abbas. Zobia Abbas. Ariba Ahmed. Hassan Nassim Ahmed. Rahaf Al-Arashi. Katie Jennifer Alexander. Noor Al-Hasso. Nimra Ali. Hamid Haren Sinta El Hasiliou. Sija Al Siddiq. Wasima Ambia. Aisha Thasvir Arshad. Aisha Thasvir Arshad. Shazib Amir. Edward Askin. Anil Singh Atwal. Hiba Asar. Ayad Jawad Khalid Balat. Caitlin Maria Ballantyne. Owen Gerard Bannon. Helena Bashir. Emma Beaton. Cawthor Y.H.A. Pwosakar. Amy Iona Campbell. Callum Wei-Yin Chung. Ellie Patricia Cullen. Catherine Dalton. Freya Elizabeth Margaret Davey. Francesca De Bona. Connor Martin Docherty. Olivia Downey. Christina Eve Duffy. Andrew Fraser Duncan. Murtatha Fasil Fahad. Emily Jane Fraser. Maya Gadiri. Malak YSA Garib. Selena Gok. Camila Gonzalez Velez. Lindsay Harkness. Mohammed Daniel Harun. Michael Harrigan. Victoria Hodge. Nicolaus Hogg. Emir Hollywood. Holly Elizabeth Houston. Ailey Louise Hughes. Kiran Iqbal. Rowan Campbell Johnson. Katie Jean Gillian Johnston. Rebecca Amy Johnston. Yasmin Janice Johnston. Jodie Locke K. Jones. Fiona Catherine Kay. Shafaq Batul Khan. Kristen Marissa Cardell. Hallie Louise Lamb. Kayla Sophie Langnickel Miller. Ewan Jaleel Lennox. Ellen Amber MacLeod. Hannah Louise Madden. Taranjeet Mahay. Emily Sarah Masterton. Amna Manur Matlub. Ellie McCallum. Molly McCrindle. Erin Olivia McCann. Sophie McGeoch. Anna McGee. Claire McLaughlin. Mark Colin McLean. Amy Beth McNichol. Morgan McFeeter. Abigail Meek. Laurie Miller. Amy Louise Mitchell. Vary Moffat. Iman Mohammed. Louisa Moleda. Eve Elizabeth Mount. Rebecca Louise Monroe. Lauren Murray. Maria Mutal. Sahar Nasir. Olivia Isabella Nichols. Carly Nimmo. Okwuchi Jeanette Nawakue. Elise Kate O'Callaghan. Alice O'Hagan. Evie Iona Porteous. Liam Poutney. Alicia Puhalska. Maria Cruz Pupu Ngema. Leila Iman Rafiq. Ailey Redpath. Shelley Veer Ritu. Zohaib Riemann. Ellen Lauren Reid. Iona May Ellen Reid. Zoe Iona Renfrew. Holly Jean Richardson. Hannah Richmond. Melanie Catherine Rooney. Craig Ross. Aisha Joanna Saini. Harveen Kaur Sambi. Amani Ayub Sarwar. Alia Shah. Liam Shaw. Holly Ann Simpson. Erin Ann Sinclair. Erin Hannah Grace Sinclair. Karanveer Dami Singh. Karen Singh. Nicola Linda Smith. Elizabeth Sutherland. Anna Dorothy Syme. Leah Charlotte Tate. Hannah Tom. Caitlin Tolland. Ornell Tommy Kamchuan. Lauren Traynor. Hassan Udden. Lucy Jones Wallace. Ming Jet Wang. Sean Andrew Wheeler. Jonathan Martin Whitelaw. Ailey Wilson. Gemma Wilson. Megan Ann Wilson. Lena Zineb Yahya. Mariam Ali Yusuf. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Sleman Bakir. Stephen James Conan McGinty. Michael Cunningham. Olivia Margaret Dalton. Robert Geary. Ling Yan Guan. Lucy Margaret Hendry. Emma Kirby. Michael McCann. Abunalua Joy Table. Reese William Taylor. Alexander Walker. In physics with teaching, Nicoletta Viskova-Koleva. Lewis Pearce. Jonathan Tennant. In pharmaceutical sciences, Farah Wale Mohammed Abdel Salam Lola. Josh Kenneth Nichol. For the certificate in applied science skills, breaking barriers, Brogan Campbell. Nathan Chick. Jamie Donald. Matthew Gallery. Laurie Sinclair.
Well, you've certainly warmed up your voices. I think you're almost at that point where you can have a collective cheer for the class of 2024. My job is done. I'm going to sit down now. Thank you very much. That was fantastic. No, in seriousness, the class of 24 really deserve that massive round of applause. And thank you all for being so engaged and animated when people were coming up on stage. It really does make a difference to show the appreciation, because our graduates here today have shown great commitment, resilience, adaptability and determination to arrive at this day. And for graduates, you're graduating in a special year for Strathclyde. This is our Diamond Jubilee, marking 60 years since the award of the Royal Charter by the late Queen Elizabeth II, which conferred university status on our institution. And through this Royal Charter, what was the Royal College of Science and Technology became the University of Strathclyde, the first university to be established in Scotland for almost 400 years, and Britain's first technological university, and the UK's 8th oldest university. Oh. I may look it, but I haven't been here since day one. For those of you who have just graduated, You're in the presence of your loved ones, and it's a moment of great pride. Your family, friends and supporters have undoubtedly played a crucial role in your journey. So staff and graduates, let's take a moment to acknowledge and applaud the family and supporters for everything they've done to get you here. There's only one more round of applause to go, so you'll be pleased to know that. And I think that goes for our staff. So although they may look like they're auditioning for Hogwarts, part whatever it is, in the magnificent robes with the different colours, it really adds some flavour to this special occasion. So without their dedication, they've worked tirelessly to give you an exceptional education and student experience, and your success reflects their commitment. So graduates, and there's plenty of you in here, please take a moment to show our gratitude to our staff. Okay, so that should be no more applause until about the end, so you can have a rest now. You just have to listen to me telling you a few stories about the university now. Hopefully interesting stories. And once this ceremony has concluded, we will leave the hall in an academic procession, assuming the weather is good and it looks good enough just now. And this signifies that the graduates are now full members of the Strathclyde academic community, which numbers almost 210,000 worldwide. As esteemed members of this community, you join a long line of alumni who have gone on to excel in their chosen fields. This includes not only notable names such as physician, missionary and explorer David Livingstone, John Logie Baird, who invented the television, and some of you may have heard of that, Lady Eilish Angelini, former Lord Advocate of Scotland, former leader of the Scottish Conservative Party, Baroness Annabel Goldie, an entrepreneur, philanthropist and long-term supporter of Strathclyde, Sir Tom Hunter. And also other individuals such as computer science graduates John Gianardria, now Senior Vice President of Machine Learning and AI Strategy at Apple, and Dr. Pauline Burke, Head of Data Science, Siri Assistant and Diction at Apple. Teaching graduate Andy Roxburgh, OBE, former Scotland men's football team manager and now technical director of the Asian Football Confederation. Economics and social history graduate and a generous donor to Strathclyde, Dr. Leslie Stretch, former president and CEO of software services company Medallia. Economics and finance graduate Anne Dovigen, senior vice president at Norwegian export finance company Exfin, and biochemistry and bioengineering graduate Dr. Mark Travers, who is the global head of monitoring excellence at pharmaceutical giant Merck & Co. Strathclyde was formed in 1796 during the Scottish Enlightenment through the bequest of Professor John Anderson, who, believing in knowledge for all for the greater good, wished to establish a place of useful learning. We have remained faithful to this founding principle, which continues to guide us today as we strive to make a positive impact on society and the world. We're a research-intensive institution. We're committed to creating new knowledge and understanding to tackle the challenges of our time. And through our groundbreaking research, we're contributing to a better world. And we don't just make that claim ourselves. In the recent Research Excellence Framework in 2021, the UK's government system for assessing research quality, almost 90% of Strathclyde's research was assessed as world-leading or internationally excellent. And Strathclyde also had the second highest impact quality profile in Scotland, demonstrating the effect our research has on everyday lives in the real world. Our research and our impact are wide-ranging. Our scientists and researchers are leading the development of innovative technologies which will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources such as wind, solar and hydrogen. And these will power our future world and tackle climate change. We're developing new drugs using new digital manufacturing processes which will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney diseases and inflammatory diseases, while also helping our health services evolve to face the challenges of health and social care in the changing demographics of the 21st century. And through our focus on entrepreneurial education, Strathclyde Inspire, we're helping students and staff to create new businesses with sustainability in mind, which are creating jobs and supporting economic growth. And we're leading the revitalisation of this part of the city through the Glasgow City Innovation District, which is bringing companies both large and small here together with the university to create new ideas, technologies and solutions to a range of problems across key research clusters, including health tech, fintech, 5G, industrial informatics, space and quantum, and much of this is based in our Technology and Innovation Centre down on George Street. In the near future, we're creating another innovation centre named in honour of one of our most successful alumni, businessman Dr. Charles Wang, who donated £50 million to Strathclyde, an extremely generous gift and our largest ever, given in recognition of the role this university had in his success. £30 million of this gift will be used to transform the former Students' Union on John Street into a new key element of the university's Technology and Innovation Zone, allowing more businesses to co-locate with the university and improve productivity, develop world-class talent, research and technology, and accelerate inclusive economic growth. And then the remainder of Charles's very generous gift has enabled us to create 2 professorial chairs, one in international entrepreneurship and a second in international innovation and business. And along with associated research assistants and PhD students in the honour of the late Professor Stephen Young, a pioneer in the field of marketing, who helped establish Strathclyde's Department of Marketing and who's Dr. Wang's PhD supervisor and mentor during his studies. We're a major player in a second innovation district, the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District, Scotland, near Glasgow Airport, where we operate the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility, which is helping to grow Scotland's manufacturing capabilities as part of the 4th Industrial Revolution, Industry 4.0, which will see digitalisation, automation and artificial intelligence transform the sector and provide huge economic and employment opportunities. We're partners in the Medicines Manufacturing Innovation Centre, operated by CPI, which sits across the road from the National Manufacturing Institute. And earlier this year, both NMIS and CPI opened a new digital process manufacturing centre in Irvine, North Ayrshire, which is offering training opportunities in cutting-edge digital demonstrators and access to expert support on research and development. And we also work to inform public policy on national economic strategy, education, productivity and workplace strategies through our various research institutes. Through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our globally minded staff and students are working, co-creating solutions with our global partners across academia, the civil service and public and private sectors to secure real-world impact and tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In fact, earlier this month, the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings for 2024 placed Strathclyde at joint 25th in the world out of just under 2,000 universities, and 4th in the UK for our positive contribution to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And in pursuing our vision, we understand the value of successfully working in partnership with business, government and the third sector to make a difference. And we extend our global reach through academic partnerships with the likes of Stanford, NYU, MIT, Caltech, Tsinghua, Nanyang Technological University and the National University of Singapore. Last month, we also announced exciting initiatives to expand our teaching activities and, following on from that, research and innovation activities. In Bahrain and in Saudi Arabia, where in Riyadh we're partnering with Princess Noura bint Abdul Rahman University, the world's largest all-female institution with 35,000 undergraduates, to upskill women in the kingdom in technology, engineering, science, business and the humanities. And as a university, we're continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus and student experience as evidenced by our new Strathclyde Sport and Learning and Teaching buildings. and investing in health and well-being services, always putting our students at the heart of everything we do. Our progress and efforts in all of these areas have been greatly recognised in recent years with a host of awards. In 2019, we became the only university to win the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year twice, having first won in 2012, and we've been Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year and Research Project of the Year in recent times. And Strathclyde was named Scottish University of the Year 2024 and runner-up to Imperial College in the UK University of the Year inaugural Daily Mail University League tables. And Alistair McCall, who compiled the rankings and was previously responsible for the Sunday Times Good University Guide and League table, describes Strathclyde as the epitome of a progressive 21st century university seeking to shape and change society for the better through the pursuit of educational excellence and social change, and still a place of useful learning, just as it set out to be more than 200 years ago. Furthermore, in June, Strathclyde was named European Entrepreneurial University of the Year at the Triple E Awards. And earlier this year, we collected our 4th Queen's Anniversary Prize, our 3rd consecutive prize in recognition of our research, innovation and entrepreneurialism in photonics, or the science of light. These awards reflect the quality and breadth of activities in our university across all the faculties. However, I just want to share with you some highlights from the Faculty of Science. So Professor Damien Corrigan from Pure and Applied Chemistry was named as Academic Entrepreneur of the Year at the Praxis Oral KE Awards for his exceptional efforts in translating research into practical applications. Damien has founded 2 spin-out companies, Orium Diagnostics and Microplate DX, which address global healthcare challenges. And his work has led to the development of 4 examples of commercially valuable intellectual property, and his collaborations with international partners highlights his significant impact on both the academic and industrial landscapes. The National Measurement Laboratory, which is part of the Laboratory of the Government Chemist, has appointed Dr. Zara Ratri from SIBS as its 2nd academic in residence. Zara will be based at the NML Centre for Advanced Measurement Research and Health Translation at Strathclyde, and she will support reliable innovation and ensure accuracy and validation of methodology and drug delivery research. Dr. Kim Kavanagh from Mathematics and Statistics has been invited by Public Health Scotland to join the Scottish Government Expert Group on Cervical Cancer Elimination. Chaired by Professor Anna Glazier, OBE, Dr. Kavanagh's work evaluating the impact of the HPV vaccination provided the evidence base for the vaccine and cervical screening policy in Scotland and contributed to the international evidence base. And research undertaken by cybersecurity expert in computer and information sciences, Dr. Karen Renault, was cited as evidence in Parliament as part of the debate on the recent Horizon Post Office scandal. And we also saw several of our colleagues in the faculty recognised with awards, including MBAs for Professors Romer Maguire and Yvonne Perry, who's seated in the front row next to me, and an OBE for Professor Gavin Halbert. Professor Glyn Winscale was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society, and Professors Apala Majamdar and Keith Matheson as Fellows of the Royal Society of Edinburgh. And these are just some examples of a wide-ranging number of activities and successes from our university in the last year. And it's upon these past achievements that we build our future and achieve the goals and ambitions we've set for ourselves in the next 5 years or so. In our strategic plan 2030, we launched this earlier in the year, and we look forward to beginning a new chapter in our university's history. And you also begin a new chapter in your lives, where you take the knowledge and skills you've acquired during your time here to pursue and realise your aspirations. And as you forge your careers, the university's values of being people-orientated, innovative, collaborative, ambitious and bold will stand you in good stead. In recent years, the world has been shaken by the coronavirus pandemic, while the cost of living crisis and armed illegal conflicts around the globe continue to create uncertainties. And of course, we have to tackle the biggest challenge of all, the climate emergency. These challenges demand solutions. And as graduates of Strathclyde and future leaders of our society, you have the responsibility to use your talents and your education to make a positive impact on the world. Whether you go on to pursue careers in business, science, engineering, politics, or any other field, remember you have the power to effect change, to inspire others, and to shape the course of history. But with power comes responsibility. And never lose sight of the values that have guided you thus far: integrity, humility, and empathy. These are qualities that will set you apart as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. And as you step out into the world, you carry with you the knowledge and skills that you have acquired during your time at this institution. But more than that, you carry the spirit of Strathclyde, a spirit of innovation, collaboration, and excellence. Strathclyde is an institution where freedom of thought is encouraged and valued, an institution exemplified by tolerance and inclusivity. And we hope you will continue to demonstrate Strathclyde's socially progressive values and ethos of tolerance, pluralism, and a desire to make a positive difference. I'm confident you'll do this because you go out into the world equipped with that most valuable asset, knowledge. The Strathclyde degree that you now hold in your hands is your passport to success as you rise to meet the challenges ahead. As you embark on this new chapter of your lives, I encourage you to continue learning, to embrace new challenges, and remember that the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey, and that success is not measured by what you achieve, but by the impact that you make on the world around you. So it's with immense pride that we see you graduate today, and though you may be leaving us, we hope you continue to stay in touch, let us know how you get on, and continue to contribute to Strathclyde. So in conclusion, let me congratulate you once again on this momentous achievement. The University of Strathclyde has equipped you with the tools you need to thrive in the years ahead, and I have no doubt that you will make us proud. So go forth with confidence, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are capable of great things. Thank you very much. Thank you for the whistle. It doesn't normally happen to me, so that was an unexpected bonus. We've got good weather, so when I formally close the ceremony, what we'll do is we'll leave the hall, the academic group will leave with the graduates following behind. We'll walk up to the Learning and Teaching building where we'll have some refreshments and you'll have a chance to get some pictures taken. Sam is very photogenic and very happy to have his picture taken with the mace. So please don't be afraid to go up and bother him for some pictures with you in your graduation robes. I'm just selling you off here, Sam. I was going to say, they call him Mr. Whippy. Stop me and buy one. But we can move on now. So I think at that point, I'll formally declare this congregation closed and look forward to joining you in the Learning and Teaching building.